Good day, everyone. Let me confirm if this is recording. Okay, it's recording. Yeah. Good day, everyone, wherever you are watching us from. So, from our previous tutorial, from where we stopped, we'll continue from test manipulation. So, for test manipulation here, because in Linux, most of what we interact with most is file. So if you read what it's talking about, that was what it detailed about it, that even when you are doing configuration in Linux, we are interacting with files. So files, configuration, and all of that. So it is great one has hand on how to interact with them, how to be able to sift through files, go through directory, not go through file majorly, the content and all of that, and do a lot of things, be able to search through it and pinpoint whatever it is that you are looking for, what you want to change, all of that. So he give you details on the file we'll be using here. So, but we won't be using snot. We won't be using snot. The reason I won't be using now, he talks about for illustrative purpose, I will use file from the world-based network intrusion detection system snot, which was developed by the that and it is commonly used to detect this. So I said, okay, it's talking about we are going to be using file from it. Then it comes to this place to say, if the version of Kali Linux you are using doesn't come pre-installed with snot, you can download the file from Kali repository this. So there's an issue here because I have done this. There are steps I went through to do this, and I don't want us to be doing troubleshooting now. If you had followed the process I have to follow when downloading Kali, we might have similar issue. So if you do apt, so you just follow the same thing that was given here, apt -get install snot. So you said could not open log. I got the same thing as this, but let's do sudo do apt get install snot. It might not work, so let's do Kali. So what he told me here was he said I've already downloaded it, I already have it. It's already the newest version, but if you do this, you might get error telling you your key, telling you the key is invalid, or probably the key is not available. The key is not available. So what I did in that case was to go to this file. The first thing, I'm just going to rush through this. So the first thing you do is to go to your apt, which is what we use for installation, this apt itself. So what I do was to say you can do cd etc to apt. So do ls to check what you have here. So when you check this is what we need. We are going to this sources list. So here is a file, and if you want to check that out, remember we said we can do ls from la. If you look at this, it is not a directory, so I can cut. But instead of cutting, because we want to interact with it and work with it, the first thing I want you to do is there's a test. Linux has a default test test reader, which is nano. So it's nano. So that means the first thing the first command here, this is not a command, this is a resource, which is just as we have our notepad have our Word document that helps us, that we can use to read Word and to read documents in formats of words. That's how we have this. So you say nano sources list. So this is what I'm trying to do. So once you do nano, you do enter. So initially, if you check yours, the only thing you'll be having is all of this. So what I did was I checked online, I browsed online, I got all this repo and I added it to this so that I can get my snot. If not, you won't have snot. This repo does not have snot. So I added this to the repo, the Debian repo. Ubuntu and Ubuntu and Debian, very similar. So that was what I did. So I have it here. I can share it on the group. Probably maybe I even have a link. So this is it here. I have it here. So that was what I just did. I copied it. Then so what you can do is Control C, copy here if you're having it here. Then you come here. Now look at this. You use your direction arrow, which is your up, down, and side, to move this cursor. The cursor is here, so I can just move it around, move it down, down, down. Then I can come here and just paste. Let me copy one and paste, so you see what I'm saying. Do this. Let's copy this last one. Control C, come here, enter, then I do Control Shift V. So it has been pasted here. So once you have done this, once you are done, you just do Control X. X for xylophone. Control X. So Control X, this will ask me if I want to save or not. I can either use my Y or I can either use my Y or no, but I'm going to use the Y now. Yes. That's Control C. So you have Control S. Okay. Now they are not giving me permission to save it now. Look at here. I don't have the permission to save it because I did not open it as a root. Remember, we are opening it as a user. So for me to be able to change anything here, I have to come in as root. So here now, let's just exit. So I will do Control X, then I'll click on, and then I will type N for no. So I'm out now. So what I will now do is I'm going to do the same thing again. So instead of retyping, I just use my up arrow to give me back the command. Then I can do Control A to take me to the beginning, and I add sudo. I open it again. I come down to this point. Then I paste. Control Shift paste. I've pasted this. So what I want to do now is I just want to exit and save. So you do Control X. Control X. Then I type Y, which is yes, for it to save. No. What you do is Control. Let me do Control C to cancel. Then do Control S. Control S is Control Save, which is S for sand. Control S. Then you come here to say Control X follow. So it has to be Control S for save. Say SAVE. Then you do Control X to exit. So because you have to save it before you can exit. So if I go back there to check it now, you'll notice that what I entered last is still there. This. So I cannot do Control X now out. So here I can just do Control X because I've not added any. I've not formatted the file. I've not added nothing at all. So I can just step out. But whenever you add anything, you have to save before you can get out of that. So once you do this and you try, then instead of doing apt-get, you can do sudo apt install snot. So if you do this, possibly I've done this before, so it's not really going to ask me anything. Okay, you see, it told me target cells this multiple times. That's not a big deal. So what it's telling me here is I already have it on my system. So once you do that and it's still saying, it's still, let me increase this. So after I did this, what I did was signing of the hearted rebels to the list. So by the time you try to do it, by the time you try to install it, it's going to tell you invalid key, and it's going to give you some key like this, talking about numbers like as such. So what you just do, is copy the whole of this, paste it, and copy the keys too, and add it to it. To this, you run it, then you run, because it's going to give you two keys. You run it this way again. You run it just like this. So once you run it, you can pause and just take a look at it. Once you run it, it's going to give you warning APK is deprecated and all of these, and it's going to show you imported. Once you have this, it means it was successful. So from there, you follow this step: cd into etc/apt sudo cp means copy trusted.gpg into trusted.gpg.daemon. This daemon is existing before, but you want to override it. You want to copy this and you are placing this in this here. It's going to override it. So you now cd into trusted.gpd ls, just list. It's just for you to just see what you have inside of that. Then from there you can just do sudo apt update. Okay, after you do sudo apt update, do sudo apt upgrade. Then lastly, do sudo apt distribution upgrade. So some of this might take time. Update takes almost close to an hour. Upgrade, I think 15 to 20 minutes. And then this upgrade doesn't take time, but take time to do this three. So take time to do this three. So afterwards, nothing else. I'm just trying to just show you, okay, this is when I did cd into. So what I stated here is the one I have here. So let me just copy this and put it. Let's do cut. Come on. I'm running out of use on my system. So I think I've cut this first one. Okay, it's this one. It's this one here. I can just say screen display. So let's just say illustration of the process. So illustration of the process. So that is just all we need there to do it. Then after that, you can come back and do snot sudo apt install snot. Then you should have it. So, but for the sake of the fact that not everybody will have snot, so what we'll do is the file we'll be using. Let me clear. So the file we'll be using is going to be coming from our SSH. So what I will do is let's say, okay, I want to say I'm going to cd. So let me go back to cd home. Now we are back home to the print working directory. So now what we'll do now is let's do cd etc/var. I'm trying to my var. Okay, cd var /log/ssh. Okay, let's just do this log ls. Where I'm going to is I need this is the snot here. I'm not saying what I'm looking for here. So let's say cd/etc/sshd. Okay, let's do this ls. I want to see the ssh I have here. SSH. Okay, this is it here. So let's do cd. So I could have just done cd/etc/ssh ls. So I want to navigate into this here. I hope I have something inside. and if we don't have, we just go to Apache cd slash et no sshd underscore gone. So I can do ls. So there's nothing here. Clear. Let's just go to c. Let's say okay cd. Let me step out multiple times. Ls. Okay. Now where I'm going to now is I'll go to etc. ls. Do I have? So we're going to Apache 2. cd Apache ls. So for this Apache 2, I'm just looking for a file we can use alt config. Okay, let's use this. Let's see what we can get from this. Let me do cat Apache 2 config. Okay, we have few things we can work with here. Yes, we have a few things we can work with here. So now the file we'll be working with is going to be Apache. This. I'm going to be working with this, and at a point we are going to do something. We're going to create a file that we're going to use. So let's clear ls. So clear ls. So we are working with this. So first of all, you can cut this Apache to this. Now this is what we have here. This is just show you or display it. So now let's come back to this particular part. I'm going to be adding some commands, some functions and commands that are not included in here, so that we can see more of this. So look at what they did here. They were just doing this from home, so we can actually do something like that. So now what I will do is let me clear. Let's reprint working directory. So here I can say cd back to home. Cd back to home. So I cannot say cd etc slash Apache 2. So I cannot do slash again. Okay. What was the something that we opened again? There's something opened here. What was it again? Okay. Let me see. Okay, Apache 2 config. So I can do cd, copy this, then I can say Apache 2 conf. So we are not cd, sorry, it's not a cd, it's a cat. So I'm just trying to follow the same format here. What they just did was to include the file part until the directory that contains the file, then you add the file that you want to engage with, that you want to see, and it's going to cut. So if I run this now, it's going to give us the same thing as what we got the other time. So now if you have that, your screen should not display the entire. Okay, we have it here. Now the first, remember we've talked about piping. So the first function we're going to talk about is we pipe and we count the number of lines that we have in the document. So when you're talking about number of lines in this document, it talks about counting each of the lines, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like so. It gives you the total number of lines. You can count the number of words and you can count the number of characters in this, just like we have it in Word document where you check number of character, number of this. So if you are doing that here, we do cat, then you pipe it into W hyphen. Now this is it. If you use WC alone, it's going to give you for line, for word, and for the character. So if I do this, it's going to give us three. The result is three values. This is it. And we should know that even without being told, the one with the highest number is going to be the one with the character, because it's going to be counting. It means it's counting each of the alphabet spaces, special characters, and all of that. So yeah, this is it. So now this is giving us all. Then we can separate it to check for the number of lines, the number of words in our text, and the number of lines. So now let's do same thing again, but we'll now put hyphen L. This is line. So we have 25 numbers of line in this test. So to confirm that, we can use n to add. You can use n to add number. To add number to a file that we are cutting. So I can do this. Let's see if it's going to work. Cut. So we can come down here and do hyphen NL here. I'm sorry, because of the pipe. So now that was a mistake. It's because of the pipe I have there. So now I'm going to do this again. I'm not going to have the NL here. So I'm coming. I want to just adding numbers, so I can just actually use my ChatGPT to hacks. But I think they did something like that here. Just wanted to add number, but let me just see. Okay, to add numbering. Okay. You use it directly. I was thinking one passes it as this. So what we did initially was let me do them again. We have this. We have this hyphen L. Now we have hyphen C. Hyphen C is for character. We have hyphen line, character, and words. Hyphen W. So now from this particular part, I can do my N. Okay, let's come back here. I'll remove this, then I go to Control A, taking it to the front. I'm removing cat. I'm not cutting now to check to add number. Print it out. Print the text of a file out and add number to the margin so that you can know the number of lines that is there. I just want to use it to confirm whatever we're using NL, and we'll print this out. If you look at this, we have 191, and the reason why we have 191 is it doesn't count spaces. So now what we'll now do is let's check if there's a way NL can count spaces. So we can do NL and then hyphen help that we wanted to count all the lines. Okay, now number, look at it now. That's beautiful. Now this is the usage. Remember we talked about the usage. This is the usage here. And no file B, body numbering, section delimiter, footer, all of these. Line increment, number of format. Okay, we're not using this. So I've seen what I want to look here for the style. A, number of all lines. T, number only, not okay, non-space. I think that's the default we have. Number no line, and number only lines that contain a match from regular expression. So we're not doing that. So we're just going to use the first one, NA. So I can come in and say hyphen here. Why is it the flag? Why is the flag not working? ML needs more information. It's still the same thing. I'm trying to figure. So let me quickly use ChatGPT. And Windows print on line number, including empty lines. So look at it, it's BA hyphen BA. So let's give it a try. I'll see hyphen maybe. Now look at it. Yeah, this is what we want to get. What did we say B was? What did we say B was? Okay, let me go back. So we have 225, and if you look at when we did for numbers of line, which is number of line, which is here, is 225, and yes, 2252. That's what I just want to prove, so you'll be able to understand. So we've done W, we've used NL, so let's come back to the basics here. Here, he just printed them out, like all of what we have here. Then it talks about head. Now, if I want to print, let me start from tail so that you can understand what head is. Tail is, we are going to be working with head and tail now. Head, this, and we do tail also, and this. So what we are going to do now is, if I want to print the last 10 lines in a file, I can do that. So I can do, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, let's just print 15 lines. Now what we're going to do is, let's remove what we have at the front here. Go to here. Cancel this out. Then we have we have tail, then hyphen, and then you can now put the number of line you want it to print. So let's say 20 from below. So now if you take a closer look at what we have here, look at this last one. These are the last configuration you have here up to this point. Same with this. So likewise, what tail does is, okay, if you just want to see what's the last part of your last part of your document, without wanting to see all, you can actually use that. That is what it's used for. but we will use the combination. So now what we need to do now is let's do the same thing for head. So it's just going to show us for head. Let's just do 5. So we do head. Head, we are going to do let's say I want it to be a small 5. So these are the first 5 lines of that document. The first 5 lines of the document. So we are done with that. So you can specify any number that you want, and again, remember that it's not compulsory to use the head like this and you put the file. Instead of that, we can do control here. You can cut, then control this is hand, cut, pipe it, then you can now pipe it into head -n and 5. It's still going to be the same thing. So you can do tail likewise. You can do tail also like this. So at least now we know 2 ways of doing this too. Sorry, I'm so tired, but I need to do this. So we have done this part, head, tail, WC. So now let's talk about it. Let's see what they did here. So what it did here, by default, let's count the number of lines that head does. If you do head this, then let's come back and remove the flag and the numbers we specified. So now we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So by default it has put 9. But with the flag n, you can make it enumerate any number that you want. I don't know if you understand me. So with that, you can use it to enumerate any number that you want. So now we have done that. I think they will do tail here. Now this is it. So instead of using hen, you can use iPhone and 20. So that's what it did here. So I think I did it another way. Then remember when we use NL, we use -AB and BA to ensure that even the non-occupied lines, formatted lines, or empty lines are being numbered. So we are done with that. We have worked with tail. Okay, tail, he did the same thing here. So numbering line, I've done this. NL, I've done it. So now working with grep. Remember that I've taught you how to use grep in one of the former videos. So if you are not seeing that, you can check. Okay, I'm going to use this opportunity at this particular point to say thank you to everyone that have been watching this video. Thank you thus far. And it would be great, because this is a free tutorial we're giving to everybody. It would be great if you can click on the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification button, so that whenever we release another wonderful masterpiece video like this, you'll be among the first to get to see it. Thank you so much. So using grep, now what we'll do is let me look at something. Okay, we'll use doc. Now let's do the same thing again. We want to cut. Now we grep. Let's just grep for, okay, let's make it case insensitive high. Then we'll come to head. Let's do doc. So what it does is it goes through the whole of the file, and those lines where we have doc, it prints them out. That is what it does. So it goes through all of those lines and print this thing out. So now we've done something like this before. If you want it to be case sensitive, then you're not going to add now. But most of this thing are written is monitor, so there's no need. So grep, this output that you did here, this output here is part of the document. You see that every line prints out has output. It has output. Here's output here, here. So it has output. So just trying to sift through the file and see what we have in the file. So grep, okay, we have used grep, and tail and head. So now, okay, well, that's the same thing we did here. So now what you did here, instead of using cat, you can use NL, but NL is going to list everything just and it's going to give you numbering. So I think NL is great if you want to know the particular number where you are. So if I do NL, it gives me the doc and gives me the line number, so I can easily look for this either by counting or giving that giving the file numbers. Then I'll just go to this particular numbering. So that is what that is for. So with this now, okay, you can see that line this configure output. So now what you did here was, okay, let me analyze this. You did tail n plus 507. So they wanted to print the tail from bottom to where we have 507 as a number line. Then once they do that, they then pass it into head. So with head now, they want to extract. With head here, they want to extract 6 line, counting from 507 upward. So it's going to be 508, 509, 509, 510, 511, 512. So that is what that is saying there. So and we can do something like that here. I want us to review from 59 to 60. So we can actually do should I do tail? Okay, if we want to go backward, so let's do tail. Do tail to 50. Tail. For me, I do n. Then I can put. Okay, let's do their style. So I just want to edit this out. So let me go to 58. So if I will be doing this, and I want the number line to show, for me, what I will do is to do NL first. And NL is going to print it out and give me the number. So I will do -BA. Then I will come here. So let me be showing you so that as we are doing it progressively, you can see. When we do this, it's showing us everything. So we come back here, come back down here. We go here. Let's pipe it into tail 50. Let's say 58. No, let's start from 40. Tail. So we can actually just have this and this tail for this. So let's do this. Now, if you it's too much. No, it's not too much. So what we did here is, now from the bottom, count 40 upward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So if we count every of this, is going to be 40. It's going to be 40. And remember, we said we want it to be from 50 something when we look at the number line. So what I will just do now is just increase this to if I want it to be 50 and this is 250 something, let's do 200. So if we should do 200, this should get us to where we have our 50. Oh, okay, that is nice. Now I want to go from 59. I want to go from 59 to 70. So let me reduce this a bit. Let me reduce this a bit to let's say 170. 170. So okay, it's around this place now. So I can now say from here. Okay, if I have to increase it. If I increase, I want to catch more. No, I want to reduce this 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me reduce 4 more. That's 66. So I did 66 now. So it's starting from 6. Notwithstanding, so let me do 60 to 70. I'll just do 11. So now I'll pass this again into head because I want to now count from the top to give me the number that I want. Head, then 10. So when we do this now, okay, I can just add one more to it to make it 70. So what we did now is I use it to filter. This is the command I use. The first thing is to state everything out, then output the number of the line. After you have done that, then pass it into tail. With tail, I want to view from the bottom. I want it to give me a range of value that I will be able to see. Then I pass it into the head. So you can do it anyway. It's just for you to just understand it. It's just understanding. Understanding is the most important thing here. So let me see what we can do now. I know the beautiful thing. After doing this now, we can pipe it again. We can pipe it into WC and count the number of lines, which is supposed to be 11. You see? So we could start mixing all of this, all of the information, all of what we've learned before. We can start mixing it up, and putting it all together to become one. So we have done this. You can use the same thing that you used. So now we said how to use seed to find and replace. So so grep is just print any pattern that matches what we have in front of grep. That is what grep does. So what else do we have here? So for this seed, you can we can open another file, because whatever it is. So now with seed, what seed does is you have two other, should I call them flags? This S is a flag and this G is a flag. So now what this does is you search for my SQL in this file, and change it to this. So that is what it means. So Kali this. So coming So let's do a little bit of recap. Here. So now NL helps to add numbers to the lines of the file. Now opening a file, you always have line, you always have new line. Just like look at what we have here. Now it's because I just added number to this. If I did not add number, if I did not add number to this, I'm still going to have. Now I had number line to this, and this number line, I added this in such a way that empty lines too should be numbered. But if you just do NL alone and let's say Control A to come to the beginning of the function, then I remove this flag. If I should do this, okay, now it's because I have W, which is WC, then number of WC, then hyphen line, that gives me the total number of lines I have. So if we count the total number of lines we have here, so this is what is giving me this number here. So if we should count from here, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. That's 70. 70 is empty space and we have line on it. So if I have this, then I remove WCL and I do this, I have number line, but this will not include lines. It will not include empty lines. So you will notice that we have 65 here, and the only thing I changed here was just remove this flag and the word count. Word count for line, word count for words, word count for character, which is this. If I remove this and I remove this, now I'm saying, okay, empty lines should not be counted. Lines that does not have text or character in them should not be numbered. So you notice that this boils down to coming to from 56 to 60 to 65. So because the numbering will change, that's the reason why the numbering changes, because all the empty lines would have been removed. So empty line in such a way that it has nothing, not those ones that have hash. So if I do this, let's say, what do I want to do now? Let's add the line back to it. We'll just come here, -BA. We'll do this. Look at what we have. And remember that you can always use your man to check what your NL means. And if I'm checking my NL, this is the syntax of how we do it. You use the NL, the option, and the file. And that was the same thing we did. I have my B and A. So look at what B is. B says body numbering, like numbering style, body numbering. Use style for numbering body line. Probably with this B, we can add style to it. I've not tried this before, but it just ensures, or it indicates that we are doing body numbering. So I used BA, then this is A. These are the styles. Okay, this is it. It shows us when I had B to it, then it should be expecting a style. And this is the style here. These are my style. Style is one of A. I can say number of all lines. So that means you have to use B and A in combination all together. So we have B and A. We have T is number only non-empty lines. So if you just want to number only non-empty line, we can use T. We'll try that now. Then number no lines. Number no lines. Okay, so if you want to step out of your manual, you just use your Q. You step out of your manual. Okay, let me check if my mic is really responding. Okay, it's responding. So now let's do one of those things one of the new things we just learned. Instead of using A, let's use T. And what does T does? It should number only just the empty lines. When I do this, it should number only the empty lines. Let's check it again. Man. What does T? What does it do? Number only non-empty. Okay, it will number only those who are not empty. Those that are not empty. Oh, it's almost the same thing as the default. So this one is to include all lines, even if they are empty. Okay. Then let's check what rn, these are formats. We can add this one to rn, right justified. Okay, right justified, let's try that. And let's try rn. We'll try rn q. Okay, let's take q out here. We'll try rn. We'll try n, and which one again? Okay, we have n here. Let's try n. Okay, there's no line here. It does not give us any number here. Okay, that's what that does. So there's a lot of things you can do with these. Just ensure you know what the flag. So let's do what? Let's do rn. I need rn and I still need that number. So let's see if the combination is going to work. BARN. I need the number. rn is to write justify. I'm not sure. So let's just do rn alone. Let's see if we had this, if it's going to work. Invalid. Okay, so that doesn't work. Let's see the combination we can use together. So let's remove this and let's see what this will do. Invalid. Oh, so rn, right, for the format. Let's check again. So these are the kind of things you do depending on whatever result you want to achieve. So let's see what rn is. Format is of this. So rn lean, but I don't know if formats will be added to. So let's see what precede format. Look at it. If you want to use format, we need to include rn, and you need to include -n. And if you are doing join number blank, okay, so now we have seen what we are missing. So this is how I'm just teaching you how to troubleshoot whatever it is that you want to do. So I can just come here. Before using rn, I need n to show the format. N, and I think even equals to can be used. Okay, it's not working. Let's do a. Let's come to this, and let's do this now. This is right format, right numbering. So let's see if we can get what the n does. Let's do man again. Left ln. So I want to do that of left and see how that will pan out. I want to do that and let's see how that will pan out. Let's come here. So all we need is take this off and put an L there, and let's see. Okay, look at what really happened. There's a difference between this and this, and the difference is this is white to the left and we have this to the right. Okay, I think that is what that signifies. Okay, there's one more thing. So we've done NL, we've done tail, we've done head, we've done word count, W, and I've told you what W does. You can use W to count the number of lines. You can use W to count the number of words in the particular text you've copied. You can use C to count the characters. Each character is going to be either your... Now, if we are looking at the number of character in trouble, it's going to be TROUBLE. You count them, and even all your special characters and as well as your space will be counted, because a space is a character also. So that is what that does. Okay, now there's something we shouldn't forget also. NL is to add number, and it's the same thing as almost functioning as what we have our cat to be, but what it does, it adds number to the line you are outputting. You understand? So we've talked about how to use combination of flags on our NL to bring out to add numbers to our file. Remember that I did something initially where I used both word count and number line to achieve the same thing. So I can do this now. What this will do is, let's add number to this A. This, let's go here. So we have -BA. I have -BA. Now we needed to print all of this out and get the number. So I can do this. Now it gives me, this is what I'm looking at. I want to look at the total number. What is the total number of lines in this file? And I've gotten that now, which is 225. And another way I can do it is if I want to output the content of a file, add number to it, and pick out just the last line. How do you do that? You can pause it a bit and try it. The first thing I said is output the file, add number line, then only print out this is what you do. You want to print out the file, add number line to it, and ensure that it's only the last line with the number that is printed out. The last line with the number that is printed out. Last line with the number that is printed out. Last line with the number. So there's two things we are going to do here. I'm going to layer another function onto this. So we do this. Okay, I'm printing, this will print everything out. I'm printing number. So I can now say pipe, then add pipe, give it a tail. So the tail, I just want to see the last number, just one. When we do this, look at it, it gives us only this. So you must be able to critically think and see how you can. There's a lot of things you can do with this. Look at it now. It gives us the last this, and this is the number I'm looking for. Now I'm going to introduce another function. So I'm going to introduce awk. So let's check how awk is used. So please pay attention. AWK awk. AWK awk. So what I will do now is, let's say man awk. So let's see what awk. Okay, awk is pattern scanning and processing language. Awk. It is awk I'm talking about, not awk, but it's awk I'm using. So awk, we have posit or this f program file. Let's see all of what it has. F feed separator is to look at the feed separator. Program file, v assign the value to the value b character as bytes, traditional C. I will show you what I used, what I use it for. Okay, it's just a character hyphen. Okay, so this is how the syntax look like. You have this, and you have whatever style you are putting inside, and you're already passing your file into it. When you use pipe, remember that you are passing your file into that pipe, then to implement that particular function on that file, instead of doing it little by little like that. Okay, before I pass this, remember that whatever you do, you can always pipe it into another file. I can say NL file. Let's do last line last number. So this last number, if I do this .txt, if I do this, whatever this function does, whatever it has produced, we can pass it into this file. Remember that we said if this file in our first or second lesson, where whatever name we have here, if the name is existing in the folder or directory we find ourselves, it's going to replace it, and if it is not there, it's going to create another file. Remember, we can use cat to create another file. We can use echo to pass in, to redirect into a file. If the file is existing, it duplicates, overwrites it and creates that new one, and if it is not existing, it creates a new one. So if we do this now, if I should say this now, so what I did was this output here, which is supposed to be the result of this, has been passed into last line. So if I say ls, you should see last line. This is last line. Now I can cut last line. So just look at the combination of how fluid I'm trying to use all of these things. You can do cut, do last number. You can use your tab to autocomplete. Please always remember this and look at it. It is what I have here that I still have inside this folder. So there's a lot of dynamics to it. Please take your time to try and study, practice, and see however way you can use this. So now, this is what I almost forgot. I've just talked about it now. Now, the next thing I want us to proceed to is how to use awk. So now, this is when I used awk alone. This output is a summary of how you use it. Now, look at it. They said example. This is an example of how you use it, and look at what they did here. So now So this is the format with which I want to use it. This format is how I want to use it. This format is how I am using it. So so what we'll do now is what I want to do is, let me cut this file again. Look at what we have here. So what I want to do is I want to extract only this value out. That will give me the total number of lines we have in Apache config that we have been working with ever since. So what we'll do now is to say cat this same thing, then pipe it. Then we now use awk. That awk. Then you use your curly bracket. Okay, no, use your curly bracket. Open and close. You can come back in it. Okay, just do this so that you don't confuse yourself. Open the bracket, type in your print, then you use your your dollar sign, and after your dollar sign, you can now, once we look at this now, the structure is in columns. It's like 255 is separated by a space from this, from include optional, while include optional is separated by a space from site. Look at this. So we can assume that they are in columns, like we have 3 columns here: column 1, column 2, column 3. I don't know if you understand me. Column 1, column 2, column 3. So I can decide to, okay, now remember that in programming most counting starts from a 0. So we don't want to assume here. Let's try a 0 and let's try 1. Let's see what they are going to produce. So we can now add 1 here. No, let's start from a 0. Then we close this command. Once we close this, let's print it out. It's saying pass error, and the reason is because all of this is supposed to be in quotation. That's a single quote, quote. So now let's go back here. Let's add a quote here, and let me go back here and add a quote here, because it's an expression. They are string expression, and you know string expression, when they have values, and they are strings, they are not commands, so you put them in quotes. So this is the format for this. Remember that. Look at how it is here. So now we are going to try this, like we are going to try it almost like this, but I'm trying to use cat and pipe here. So when we do this, look at what we got. It gave us a 0. That means all of this are seen as 1, not what do we call it? It's not seen as a column. I'm going to show you when you have something like this as a column. I'm going to show you when we have all of this as a column. So this same thing we got here. So let's try something. Let's see if we can cut all of this into, we can cut them into section, then pick a particular field here. Let's see if it's going to work. So now I've introduced it to Hawk, but we've not used it effectively. So we do cut. Cut is you want to break down a string by a particular set of arguments. So here I can say cut -d is going to give me, okay, what is the delimiter? What do you want to use to cut it? We want to use the space, so I can put this in quotes and put space there. I want to break it by space. Then if I break it by space here and space here, so I'm going to have this one as 1, 2, and 3. So if I break it like that, I can now say, okay, pick field. Feed will now be which of these fields. This is feed 1, this is feed 2, and this is feed 3. Possibly if this is used to break them. So I'm still here now. We are building this together purely. It's not that maybe I have anything recorded or anything trained before. So we are learning this while we're doing this together. So let me put feed 1. Feed 1 can either be this or this, depending on the counting, how this function has been developed to count. If this is 0, this is 1, then this will be 2. If this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So but let's try with 1, and let's do this. It did not work. Cut by this. Let me do man cut. Let's see. Okay, for C character list, D is the delimiter. Use delimiter instead of tab for feed delimiter. So after that, I think I used F. I use delimiter F field, select only this field, put print. Okay, also print any line that contain no delimiter character unless this. Okay, now what I will do now is, let's go Q, let's go this. So what I will do is, let me just put this way and see if it's going to work. Still we are unable to break it. Field, still unable to, because there's no character we can hold on to. Okay, let me try something. Let me break it by using this capital letter O. I just want to note now. I just want to know if this is working. Let's do capital O. Okay, this worked. This worked. This character, it did not see this character here. That's why it's unable to break it. What else can we use? What else can we use? Trying to look at the space. So this worked. So if this is broken now, like, you know, I do feed 1. If we break by 0, this is the whole of this place to this place is feed 1, and from here to here is feed 2. So if I change this to 2, it's just the ending that we are going to have here. From here to this point is what we are having. So it is this character that I want to, but I'm not getting it. How to pick out just this. It needs a character that it can hold on to, not a space. Or if I know how a space is being represented. Let's do man. I want to do man cut and see. Select only this byte. Character list. Select only this character. Okay. Character is equals to list. Do we have list? Let me see if there's a list somewhere. Where's the list? Oh, let me see. Let's see if C is going to work. So let's come here. We'll just come to let's say C. Then I put my space here, and let's see if it's going to work. Only list may be specified. Cut help. Okay, cut hyphen help. So from end byte, they did not show us how we can pick only characters, only delimiter. Do not print lines. Select only this field. Also print any line. They did not show us. Select only these characters. No. There's no way we can pick out space. Okay, now let's quickly do something. Remember that, but I'm not connected. Let me see if I can connect to the internet. So I will try connect to the internet now and see. I will try connecting to the internet now. Okay, it's connected. Now let's see how. Let's do this. So, how to use cut -d to split strings by spaces. So let's see if there's something there. This is on Linux. No, this is that they're giving us Python. This is for Bash. How to split string into array in Bash. How to use function cut in bash. Okay, let's check. So this is what to do most times. Check if you're not getting something and see. So I've not done that of space before. Let's quickly see what we have here. I realize how to do it in Python. No, not Python. I think this, no. But in bash s full bar this echo. Okay. Yeah, echo this inline variation value, no. Okay, let's see. Equals line print 2, but this did not work. This does not work for us. Print the second white space separated word in S line. You can also split on other character, e.g. Okay, let me see what they have here. Let's see what their echo was. What was their echo? If you want a specific word from the line awk, might be useful, e.g. echo the line, echo line, awk, this, we've done this, print second white space. No, now print second white space. That's not true. 6 here, no. Now look at this. They use this column, this column that the F was targeting. So I don't know if there's anything for space. Using the, okay. I'm not saying that of using the white line. No, it's not here. So I might just move back now. Just trying to just split string into array in bash. No, how to split a string into array? No. How to split this into this? No. This is not. So let's just go back. I will show you where is the format of the something. So what did we do last year? So cut the space is not giving us the vibe that we want. Let's see if this can still work. Let's say we put 0 there for more specific. So it's not really, you can't put space there because only one list may be specified. So there are other ways though. So we've been able to. So if we could see, so the only thing I can do in this format here is when we take a look at it, I know I've seen the value, I've seen it, then I just want only this. So what I can do is to break it by using our capital letter I. So when I do this, I can do this, then do cut. That's by D. Okay, let me try this one once more and see. Let me put this as is 0. Okay, it's still not working. So what I need to do now is come here. I want to break it using the capital I. Then I'll be picking the first one, which is a 0. Cut by I. Okay, I'm putting a space here. Cut D by the I. Okay, foul. Maybe 0 is not giving at all. So let's do 1. Okay, probably maybe I'm the one making a little bit of mistake. So look at it now. So I have 225. This is what I want to arrive at. So let me see if another way is going to work. Maybe probably what I was doing before was because I was giving it a 0. So let's do this. This is giving us 1, cut by this 1. So let me see if we try 2, what it will give us. So nothing. So the best bet is to go by high and take your 1 off it, and we have this. Remember that we broke it by high. If I use 2, it's going to give me the remaining of the value, which is this. So let's go back, let's go here, and this is what we need. So I can either save this. Remember we said we can always pipe it into another something. We can just give it answer.txt. So what it will do is it will just pass this value 225 into this, and we are good to go. That's just by the way. So I've introduced you to cut now. We did cut. So we did cut, and what else do I want us to do here? We did cut. We've been able to extract this out. So now that means I could combine everything now to say what gave me this initially. Let's go back. Okay, now if we do this, we get this. So I can see pipe again. I can now add the cut -d, open bracket and close the bracket, come in capital high and give it a feed of I think 1, and that should still give us 25. Look at the way I combined this now. So I did one separately, just know what I'm going to get, and I'm able to get this. So all this line, I can do this. All of this line and all the troubles and tribulation I've gone through to get this, I can just use this to do it. Come back here, and I'll just use W, because what I just wanted is I wanted this value, this number. I numbered it, printed it out, then pick out just the number. I can just say WC-L to give me the total number of lines instead of doing all of this. So that's why they say sometimes working smart is very important, very, very important. So here now we do this, and we have 225. You see, it's still the same thing. So I'm just trying to just give you a scenario where you can do two things, one singular thing in 2 ways, in 3 ways, and that shows you that is a level of expertise on, okay, how I can do this way, I can do it this way. You understand? Look at what we just did now. Please just take your time to study it. We know what NL is, -BA, what it does. This is the path to the file we want to work on, and this is the name of our file, apache2.conf config. Then we pipe into this, then we use our tail function. Our tail function, we output things right from the last line. So if I say output 1, tail 1, it will output the last line. If I say tail -2, is going to output lines that are 2 lines, is going to output the last line and the second to the last line. So just like that, you increase the number, is going to be adding to the numbers, but it will be starting the counting right from the last line. So if I'm taking the last line, I'm adding number to it, it's going to give me the number of the last line, which is the same thing equivalent to say what is the number of lines in this file. It gives me that line, then I can do all this manipulation to get what the value of the last line is. You understand? So that is what we did. And the shortest way to do it is just use the word count -L, which is line, and you can use your man to take a very good look at that and understand what is going on there. You understand? So that's what I just did now. So after doing this, and whatever we get here, we can still pass it into our file. So now, I introduced it to Hawk, but I want us to do something that we can use this Hawk for, where we can grab things. So now, there's a particular function for now. Just learn this function, ping. This function is used for troubleshooting. When you ping, it's like you are sending, when you ping, you are sending a packet. You are sending a message to a particular to a service. You are sending a message, you are sending packet to a service to know if that service is available. You can send it to an IP address just to know. Now remember we've not talked about loopback. Let me see if I ping my loopback, if it's going to respond. 0.0.1. This is my loopback on my own system. This is how I communicate with my system. The loopback is the IP address with which you communicate with your own system. So software is on your system that wants to. So I can stop this by using Control C. Yeah. So when you do this, you are sending, and if you look at this, this is well formatted. This is well formatted. It is well formatted. Sure you understand. So one thing I want to do now is I want to, okay, let's check ping -help. I want to check flag C. This flag C, I can use it to specify the number of replies, because if I don't stop ping, it will continue to ping. So if I do, let me come here and do ping 127.0.0.1. If I continue, it will continue to ping. It will continue to go. It's restless. So what it's trying to say is, okay, your loopback address, your system's ID is working perfectly. So it will continue. It's sending ICMP, which is an Internet Control Message Protocol. Yeah. Internet Control Message Protocol. So this protocol is used to set, what do we call it? Is it echo? No. Sends echo message, like it's sending packets to my 127 to ask, are you online? If it is online, then it's going to reply. It is this reply I'm seeing here. Now they said 64 bytes from this man is replying me to say, okay, I'm online. So this is how it continues if you don't stop it. So I'll use Control C. I'm stopping this now. So what I want to do with this is to come back here. Now -C, if I want to just print only 10, I can do ping. No, let's just do ping. Come to the front here, use that flag, -C, then add 10. So here now it's just only going to output 10. We only have, if I do this now, by the time it counts to 10, it will stop. Let's see. So instead of just going endlessly, finding itself in an endless loop, look at it, we have 10. So what I want to do is now, I want to do this 10. I want just this 10. I'll now apply grep on it. No, before we do that, let's just pass it into a file. Let's say, if you know what we are going to do, we want to redirect it into, let's say, ping file, ping count.txt. So once it has finished counting, then it will terminate. You will notice that the cursor will it will active. Okay, now it's done. You see what it does when it was counting. It will just, the cursor will pause for a while. Then when it is done, then it will bring you back to the normal visuals you have when your system is not running, when your system is idle, or you are not running anything on your terminal. So now, if I do ls now, I have my ping count. So I can say cat, then ping. But I know ping, I'll just tap to autocomplete. Now look at it. I have it here. So now, I can open this file again, pipe it and use my grep and just, now what is common to all of this, I can use my 64 because it's common. So I don't even need to put bytes. I can just do this and put 64 here. So if I do enter, it's only going to give me only this. Remember that it's 10 counts. So let's see if we can add our NL to our grep or pipe it into another NL. Let me pipe it into NL. Remember what we use our NL for, NL, then I do -AB. So let's see if it's going to work. It did not work. So let's do this now. Let's see if we can add our NL here as a flag. No, I think grep itself as grep. Okay, grep has numbering. Let's say grep -help. So let's check for the numbering. N, I know N might be what they use for heat. Okay, this is it, pattern G, this number, no, I need numbering, miscellaneous, output. Okay, look at N here, line number. So I can use my N to get my line number, H with file name, this label, this. So sometimes not everything it's not all the flags that I've used before, but you can always try learn how to use them. So you can always check online, check on their documentation. You might have documentation elsewhere. So what I will do now is, let's come here. Okay, it's not here. Let's come back to this place. So what I will just do is come back here. Let's do my -n. Let's take this out, and if you have this, look at it. It did not count from 1, and the reason being that we have already removed the first line. This is the first line, and you have the remaining of this as lines too that can be counted. So the only way I can succeed to be able to know the number of lines that have 64, only 64, is to is to NL pass this file. It's file you're always passing. So I can just do this, pass this into, let me say, format 1.txt. So I can do ls format there. I can say cat format. Then when I do this, instead of doing cat, I can just automatically come here and just put my NL-BA. So it gives me my 10. Now, who can tell me the reason why we have this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 11 here? That was what I did here. And the reason is because I did not remove this -n. So if I come here to say, come back to this, okay, I'll just redo this. So this one is not going to put the number again. It's going to overwrite what we have in the format before. So I can just use the format now, and we are going to have this now. So I don't know, maybe we'll get this. So here now, this is the perfect place to use my awk, because this is well formatted. If you look clearly at this, it is well formatted. So please, the next command we are using is awk. So what I will now do is, now cat format. No, we can use NL. Let's use the NL to print it out. Okay, the NL, then let's pipe it, then do awk. Remember what we said. First of all, your open quote, your curly bracket, type in your print, then give it your $sign, then give it which number of this. Now, this is feed 1, feed 2, feed 3, feed 4, feed 5, feed 6, feed 7, feed 8. So what we'll do is, let's try from, I don't know, maybe the counting is 0 or 1. Let's start from 0 if it's going to work. Close your, give it a closing curly bracket, then a closing single quote. When we do this, why is this? Why is this not giving me what I want? Print. Okay, maybe 0 is not part of the count. Let's start from 1. Let's start from 1. Okay. I was talking about the counting. So for this counting, it starts from 1. And that one is this list here. So if we want to get the whole of the 64 alone, we can do let's do so we can do this. Just change this to 2. If you do this, you have your 64. Let's change it to 3. We have just your byte alone. So this is 1, 2, 3. So if I want to get only the IP address here, I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5. We do this, we come here, put in your 5, and you have just the IP address. Okay, for the IP address, something I want to try out now. TR ID. Then we have this, which is my column. Okay. What this translate does is to cut out from this column anything you have behind is going to cut it out. So now I have a steady. So now please, it's like I'm overwhelming you. I'm very sorry for that. But now we've tried awk. We used awk, and I've given you the format here. Then we used tr. TR is to translate. So translate, D is your delimiter, and I mean anything from my column, please cut it out. You understand? Cut it out. That is what it means. So what I did now was give it a number on this, awk, print just this out, and we get this. There is something again, there is something we call unique, and what we call unique, and we have unique and we have sort. We've not spoken much about that, but let me just chip those ones in here. So here now, if I use my unique, if you look at all of this value, unique, what unique does is it does aggregate. It aggregates, it looks at if these things are the same, there's no need to repeat them. You can just concatenate them and just make them one, and you can decide to say, okay, how many times does this thing exist? So now if I do this and I pipe it again into unique, you don't type everything, just a unique like this. If I type this now, you see it's because everything we have here is 127.0.0.1. that is why. So I'm going to change that a bit now, but first of all, let's do this now. If I now do, I have this now, we can now do ping, let's do ping, no, let's do, we are going to do the same thing. Then I'm going to say -c. -c means count. Give me the number of times. This thing you are telling, what it's saying is, this IP address you are giving me, you are saying, okay, it's a unique IP address because it's the same for everything, but tell me the number of times that this IP address shows. The number of times that this IP address shows. So we do this. Now it's going to tell me, now this is it, 10 times. Now you know what we are going to do now? I'm going to pass. Okay, now you notice that I'm trying to just revive all of what we've done, put them together, and now I want to add strange IP addresses. Let's add like 4. So what I will do now is I will say echo. I want to pass in IP address. I'm passing in let's say 198.8. This is just random, it's nothing special, it's just random. So let me, because I want to put this 3 times, let me put this 5 times. Copy, Control Shift copy. So then now what we will do is, I'm not overriding, rather I want to append. I want to append it to this place. So let's append it to format. So I'll just say format. No. So what I will do first, okay, let me write this out, then I copy it, format, close it. So copy. Now what I want to do is, I want to go back to this point where I have all my IP address alone. I will now, okay, this point, I will now create IP files.txt. IP file. So now this one that I just created, Control paste. So it is IP file. It's my IP file that I will pass it into. Because now let's do cat IP open. This is what I want. This is what I want. Just only IP address. Then I want to add other IP addresses to it. So I can now do Control Shift paste. Control Shift paste. Then we go change this. We change this to IP file.txt. Once we do this, we are passing this into this. So once we do that, it's going to append it into file.ip. So I can copy this and do it 5 times so that I can enter it 5 times. Copy, Control Shift copy. When I do enter, if I do cat IP file, you look at this has been added, it has been appended. So I'm going to do it 3 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 times. Now if you cut again, now if you do this, look at what we have. We have it 5 times. So let's add another one. So let's do echo. So let me just change this to 100. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what I'm doing is my direction arrow up to bring back that function. Then I use my enter. So up, enter, up, enter, up, enter. That's what I'm doing. So if we do cat now again and check, we have list of this. Now let's change it. Let's twist this a bit. Let's put this one as 10. I do this. I will do it 2 times. Up. So let's do another one again. Let's make this 90. Let's pass it. This is just going to be 2. Let me add another one. Let's come here to add probably 107 to this. Enter. So now I'm done with this. I can decide to clear, but I don't want to clear, so that you can always see what I'm doing. So let me do cat this. Now look at it. Now we have a list of this thing now. So what I will now do is, let's go back to, let's just do this. Now what I want to do is, let's check the let's do 2 things here. Let's use NL to look at the number of lines we have there. This is our IP file. If we check this now, we have 37 lines. And remember, just like the other time, we can do this. Now since I know what this is, I can use this one. No, in case of this, because this is systemic, I think we can use our grep. We can use our we do tail -1. Let's see what is going to give us the last line. Let's see if we can now use our hawk here. Let's see if we can use hawk. Then we have column, open bracket, we have print, we have $sign, we have that will be 1. You close it, then we have our closure. We have this. Look at this. This is perfect. Look at what we got. So we can use this to get our 27 out, just like that. And remember, we can just use our W. Instead of going all through this stress, we can just pass it in here, give it the WC, and give it an L. And we have 37 also. So this is a beautiful way you can rendezvous. You can find a way around it, and just find a way to just sit down and think, okay, what else can I do? Combining this. Try it. If it doesn't work, try to check online and see, or you can put it on ChatGPT. Whatever you type that is not working, that please can you please reformat this syntax or functions to work. I want to generate this. I want to do this. So if you do that, I think ChatGPT is going to bring out something for you. So at this point, let's we have done this WC. We have used our hawk here, and what else have I talked about? Our cut. So now this particular part, instead of using tail and this, I can just come here. Okay, I can do tail. So after using tail, I can decide to, what can we do here? Okay, we have done enough here. I've been able to add unique to it. So now let's go back. We just want to cut now. We want to cut this, then we want to pass it into unique. So what unique will do is to look at those values that are the same, merge them together to 1 and make them 1. So if I do unique now, we have 37 initially, but if we do unique, these are the unique values. So if they ask that, what is the number of IP address present? The number of, no, not the total number of IP. What is the number of different IP address that is in IPv? 2 questions can come. They can say, what is the total number of IP addresses? The total number of IP addresses in IP file. If you are doing total number of IP addresses, it will be cat this and unique. No, cat this and okay, and word count hyphen L. It will give you the total number of lines. The total number of lines will be the total number of IP. If they are not saying what is the number of different IP, the different IPs that are there, different one, you use your unique. You get it with your unique like this, but we need the numbers, which is the line numbers. You will now do this, then pipe it into WC-L. I don't know if you understand this. If we do this, we only have unique IP address that we have in this file is 6. Every other thing we are seeing is just repetition, duplicate, repetition, duplicate, repetition. But these are the unique IP addresses we have. And you can take a good look at it, you'll see the differences there. You understand? Now, if we want to know the number of times that each of these appears, the number of times it appears here. So we can do this, delete this, then come to put -C. You can use man to check what -C is telling. So it gives us the count. So that means this first IP address appears 10 times. This one appears 10 times. This appears 5 times. This 3, this 2, and this is 7. So, and I think if you still use your this thing here, you should still get your answer. This, and you put your WC-L, you still get your answer to be 6. I don't know if you understand this. Sort itself, I will have want us to talk about sort, but what sort does is, if those numbers are scattered all around, what it does is it's just, okay, I don't know how I can randomize it, but it depends on whatever you are looking for. So any situation you find yourself, you can just browse online and see what else you can do with it. Sort is the only thing I've not talked about. There are other things too, the reverse. Now look at this. Now if I want this to be in reverse order, I can just come here, pipe it into this. Let me do I think, is it unique or sort? It's when I do sort. So I can, okay, now we can use the sort here. You can use the sort value here. You can do sort hyphen. So now I want to sort by these numbers. I will be sorting by these numbers, the numbers we have here. Now what have I done? Okay, so let's do this first. So I want to sort by these numbers here, these numbers. So if I do this, I pipe it into this, and I do sort, and I do hyphen. Okay, if I sort by, let me see what is going to sort by. If we do this, now look at it, it's sorted by 1010 to this. So those numbers, these numbers, because they are the same, it sorts them to be the same, and like that. So if I now want to arrange based on the order of count, like which one is the biggest and which one has the lowest occurrence, I can now do this. I think reverse will rearrange. If I do reverse, look at it, it reverses it starting from 7, 5, this, it reverses the order. So, but if I want to do, if I wanted to do it in a chronological order, I think that is where I have my, let me see, my C. No, C is not there. Let me see if it is H. How do I unique? Is it unique that arranges it? Is it unique? Sort. Okay, let me do sort hyphen help. There's something I want to achieve there. This is merge, stable, this, no, unique with -C, sort, check for strict ordering without C, output only equal runs. Okay, now unique with -C, check for strict ordering without -C, output only the first of an equal run. Okay, I'm looking for where we have, I think where we have, this is random, okay, random sorting, shuffle but group identical key. So numerical sort, okay, this is numerical sort. Numerical sort. And I've done numerical, okay, compare according to string numerics. Human sort, okay, M, this, F, okay, let me see, numerical sort, that's numerical sort, that's N. It's set, okay, by numbers, because it's not alphabet. That's not what I'm looking for. It is the unique, I think it's under the unique. Unique, and I want it to count. Once it counts, can I have a reverse order? No. Sort by numbers. So first of all, let me redo this. Let's do sort. No, I don't need the sort. Let's leave the unique. I want it to order it. I want it to order it. Let me see, man. Okay, let's stop this. I've not even stopped this since. Clear. Clear. Sort, man. Sort. So dictionary order G, general. Compare according to this. I want it to order. Human. Random sort. Reverse the result of comparison. Reverse, I think, okay. Reverse, sort by word, batch. It is reverse that I used to use. It's reverse. Okay, output file, write result to instead of, okay. If I want to write it out, stable T, feed separator, unique with C, check for strict ordering. Tell C output only the first of an equal. Okay, let me come back here. Sort. Let me say U C here. Okay, it orders it, but I want it to reverse. I want it to reverse it. R. There's a way we do it that gives me two, three this. I want the highest value. Okay, I think the first thing I will do, okay, let's do this. I think I was missing something. Let's come here. Let me add a sort first. Sort. Like this. Okay. Come back here. Let's sort first. This has been sorted. Let's now do sort by numbers. It has done that. Sort by numbers. Unique. This is the unique. So we're adding, let's say -h, human readable. Okay. -C to count. So once you now count, once you count, we want to count. Can we reverse here? Unique doesn't. Okay, let me do unique. Let me do man unique. I've not checked that before. count, repeat, print all, duplicate line, print all, F this, I ignore case, no, ignore case, Z this, help, field, 0 terminate, okay, Q. Let's do this. So let's do sort again. Then here by number. And moving this here. Okay. This is 2 3 5 7 6. This is what I want. I wanted to arrange it this way. So it worked. So I did sort n, unique, and this. Then what I can do now is, if I want to know the highest occurring IP address, So what I will just do is, once I've done this, I'll just pipe it into tail, and remember you can usually use -n or just the number itself. So give me this last one, then I know that this is the IP address that has the highest this. And if I want to print just the IP address out based on this, I can just do print this, that. Then I can do awk quote this, print $2, close this, close, and it's going to give me just the IP address. So this means this is the most occurring IP address in that file. So I'm just finding different way to just find your way around and just modify it. So I won't talk much on this again. I think I'm done with whatever it is I want to do here. So let's just go back to the textbook. So clear. So now for the textbook, we are told, no, for this part, we know what grep does before. We have talked about that. So we want to work on seed. What seed does is, what's even the full meaning of seed? They talked about it here. SQL, agency to find the S command stands for no. You should see the grep command, 2 corrections of this, no. We want to see seed. Okay, stream editor. Seed is stream editor. So the S marks the beginning of, if you read it, you'll see the S combines, okay, the S commands perform the substitution. S stands for substitution. You first give the term you are searching for, this, and then the term you want to replace it with. Then G, the G here is global. It means do it for everything. But if you just want to do it for the first occurrence of this value, so what we'll do here is, let's go back to, let me see if I can quickly find my way back to where it all started. Let's find our way back to where it all started. Okay, this is where we are. Let's just do tail. Let's do like 10. I don't want to go too far. Let's do like 10. This value here. So I would like us to change this particular part, what we have here. Oh no, let's come here. Let's change, let's look for something we can change. Okay, I can say ignores editors. Let's say we want to ignore this and put our own. I've just copied this now, Ctrl+Shift copy. Then we can come back again. So what we now do is, let's pass this into a file. Let's call it seed test. Test.txt. So we can now do seed. Remember that this file will have been created. This is seed test here. Don't mind me, I will later delete all of the files I have here. Remember that we can always delete these files. So then here I'm going to show you something again where I can use just one function to delete all those files that have tst. You know, we've talked about how to remove files. So now I'm going to do seed. Let me increase this a bit. Seed. Okay. Can do seed. Seed test. let's see test. So do sorry, seed, we do seed test. Then we remember we have our s to say what we're matching it with. Then I'm going to add that editor here. I don't know if I need to put this in. Okay, I think it should work even if I put it here in. I will use double quotes because of the singular quote I have in here before. So put this in double quotes. You have your /. Then what do we want to change it to? Let's change it to our name, All Things Cyber. All Things Cyber. We close it. Then we are not making it global, so we can leave it this way. So we can actually leave it this way. So let's see what they did here. See if they look for this and the name of the file. So that means this is not supposed to be here. So let me just let me say Control A, come back here. Then I can use my delete to delete the whole of this. Then we come out here to put it here. We have seed test.txt. So if we do this and look at it, it has changed. We have it as this, All Things Cyber. So if I wanted to, like what they did here is to just pass it into another file they created, not two. It's going to create another file. So that is what they did. We did this seed, so we can pass it into seed test2.txt. And with the ls we have seed.2. Now if we do cat seed test2, now we have All Things Cyber here instead of having editors. Did you get it? I won't do more than that for that. So controlling display. So the last part, hello. So the last part. So let me check if. So okay, now the last part we're looking at is viewing files with using more or less. So what we do here, more, when you are using more, when you have a file that has an almost 2,000 or 5,000 lines, so we should use cat will just output everything at the same time. But when you use more, you just open them in pages and you can use the enter to flip through, enter to increase the number of content you can see. So let's use what we have before, this Apache config. Remember that. Okay, let me come to A. If we use cat, it gives us everything. Remember, we have over 255 lines, so I can decide to use more instead of using cat. When I use more, he opens the content in bits. Look at it, just opened it from here to here, and it tells me that it's only 12% of the file that I'm seeing now. So when I use enter, it increases. It tells me, okay, let's do it till we get to let me say 50% of the content. Okay, so now I'm seeing the 40% of the content of this file now. So that is the beauty of using more. So it helps you to open it bit by bit, and you can just use your key to go through it. Then when you want to step out, you can just use your control. Let's do no, that's not what I want to do there. Go back. Okay, let's do Control Z, takes you out of it. So, or sometimes let's see if Control D will work. Control D jumps. If you use Control D, instead of going 1%, it jumps like 7% every time, 3%. Okay, it's randomly just moving. So if I use Control C to take us out, and it prints out the whole of the text. or print it to where we have stopped. So I can do clear here. Now we've learned how more works, so you can read about it and give it a try. Just shoot. Notice the bottom left of the screen, less. So now we've gone to how to use less. Now let's see, less and more are the same, but just that with less you have opportunity to be able to search through the file. You have the opportunity to be able to search through the files. So let's use more one more time so that we can search through some files later. So now we have more here. Let's say I want to check this Apache 2 later. Let me say control shift copy, then let me use Control C. It takes me out. Now let's use less. Let's go back, then Control A, then you can use your delete key to delete this. Then I have my ls less. I type this. Now this gives me the opportunity to search through this file. So let me see if enter works yet. Okay, so it prints everything, but it gives you the opportunity to be able to search. So if I do forward hyphen, okay, let me come in. Is it forward hyphen? Okay, now backward /. So if I do /, then I paste this that I'm looking for. I said I want to look for. You can type anything you want to look for within that particular file. Once I press enter, timeout. Is it that I did not see it? Okay, I'm supposed to be able to move through the file. So let me do /. Let's do Apache. Enter. Okay, look at it here. It got it here. Then I think I can use my up arrow and down. Is this side arrow to look at other? No. So how to look at other occurrence? Let's check it here. So when you use your less, so you have to do /, to now put the value you want to check. Let's see. It talks about it here. This is just a snipe. Notice in the bottom we have this. So look at what they did here. We immediately take you to the next occurrence of the output. Okay, what did they say we should? Notice that in the bottom this you had this key, this slash. Okay, this is /. Yeah, this forward that will let you search for terms -- find that section of the configuration file. You could simply search for output. So it's just talking about what they did here. They search for it. This will immediately take you to the first occurrence of the output and highlight it. You can then look for the next one by using n, by typing n or next. So if I come back here and type my n, if I type n, okay, I'll do \n. Okay, it's finding again. Let's do let me see if option will be something that occurs. Okay, options occurs many times. This, if I type my n, it takes me to another n. So we can use n to look around. He said we can type n. By typing n, we can get other occurrences of output. So let me come here. Let me type my n. We said pattern not found. Okay, first of all, I did this. I did options. Okay, so it's even here. You can always see all of the what I picked. It has just highlighted them. So that's how we displaying and featuring with less. Displaying and featuring with less. That was what we just did now. Less this, then we filter using the /, then you have your output there. Then this is the summary. It has numerous ways of manipulating. Each way comes with its own strengths and weaknesses. We have touched on few of the most useful. I remember that I've added a lot to this in this chapter, but I suggest you try each one out and develop your own views and preference. So now, what they say we should do here, we can do it. Before you move on to chapter 3, try out the skills you learned from this chapter. Okay, now I will try number 1 with you and be sure that we have this content. So once we have it, then you continue to do the rest. So I'll use my key to step out here. Let's clear. So what did they say we should do here? Navigate to, let me copy this. So if they say you should navigate to this is the word list. So this is where we are going to navigate to this pathway, because word list is a text file. So I can do control copy here, then I can just say change directory, change directory to control shift V, this. So if I do this, it should take me there. I'm already there. So if I say print working directory, so it gives me this. See, I'm just trying to use everything we've used before so that everything can be coherent. So once we do this, and we can do, so once we do this, then if I do ls, it will give me a list of everything we want here. And remember, if we want to find and be sure that we have this here, so if you put your full stop here, the full stop means I want to search in this present directory that I am. So let's look for, let's say type. Our type is file, and the name is word list. Is there any other thing that is there? Is word list. So word list. So if we check, okay, it's because it's not complete. But you remember what we did the other time? If I don't know the full name, or I just want to know all of what exists that looks like word, I can do backslash. No, that's backward slash, then put my asterisk. If I do this, it gives me the list of all what we are looking for. I think word list. Why is word list not here? Word. Give me WordPress, wordthis.com, word that. Let me check if I have. But list is almost here. Let's do this. I don't know. Let's check. Maybe because it's let's see, word list. We had word list. So it's in folder. Oh, is a directory. Now, sorry, this is what happened was I was looking for a file. I've forgotten that. I never knew it was a directory. That's why it's not doing. So if I go back here and print and put D here, and I do this is what I'm looking for. So now it's a directory. So I can say CD into word list, then ls to check. Look at the list of what we have here. So this is what you are working with. So they are correct right from the beginning. So what you do first is highlight this, copy, control copy. You know you are not on the terminal. It's on the terminal that you use control shift C to copy. So what you do now here is we have this. So let me go back to my home. This is home, print working directory. This is Kali. So I can clear this now. So I can now say CD, then control shift V here. If I do this, I'm here now. You can print working directory to be sure that you are there. Yes, we are. So from here, you can proceed. And once you have done this, please, you can screenshot the answers you got, whatever you do, screenshot them and post them to the group. Thank you. Please, this will be the only way you appreciate my effort, and I will know that what I'm teaching you, you understand it. So please do this. And if we are not getting it, or if you want me to work on it and print and do the and upload the answers, what I got, or I will show you how I did it, then let me know. So that's all for today. Thank you so much. So from here we are proceeding to chapter 3, where we are going to be talking about analyzing and managing network. So that's where we are going to next. So thank you so much. See you in the next lesson. Bye. So lastly, before I go, if you are very new, you can join our community on Telegram. The Telegram link is on the description. Is on the description of the video and every of my previous video, though you might need to check towards the end of the description to see it. I will be adding it to the top of the description now. And thank you so much. And if this is your first time, take your time to click on the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification button so that you can see our content. You see my content anytime I drop it firsthand. Thank you so much. Bye. Happy hacking.